Dustin Binns, what are your thoughts on the gold standard? I was just watching a video on Nixon taking the US and all currencies off the gold standard. Thoughts? I think it's probably a dangerous situation. It's probably better for us to be on the gold standard. Cryptocurrency isn't based on anything. Cryptocurrency has fabricated value, just like the US dollar right now. So I don't know. At some point in human history, we're probably going to get to the point where things don't need to be backed up to retain their value. So I think we'll be okay. I mean, we've made it 30 years so far, or so, or 40 or 50 or whatever. 50 years or more. And we're okay so far. So it was probably a bad idea, but honestly, one benefit that gives us coming off the gold standard, it gives us the ability to print as much money as we need and then loan it to the U.S. government. So the Federal Reserve is a private company. It's not a government entity. The Federal Reserve is who prints money. And the U.S. government borrows that money from the Federal Reserve as much as we want. In fact, they don't even have to print it. All they have to do, Federal Reserve, is move a decimal place over 3 spots, and suddenly we have $3 trillion. Boom, just like that, created out of thin air. We give that money out to people through various different methods, and that stimulates the economy. Problem is, we have to pay that money back. The Federal Reserve could completely cancel that debt if they wanted, but the value of the dollar would fall through the floor worldwide. The dollar would no longer have any real worth outside the US, and largely we're a service-based economy. So we kind of depend on the industrial economy of China and other countries out there to survive. We have to maintain the value of the dollar, so we have to pay the Federal Reserve back. I think we have $25 trillion in debt or something like that, right, as a country. China only owns $1 billion of that. Saudi Arabia owns another billion of that, or something like that, somewhere in that vicinity. They only own 10%. We owe ourselves almost all of it. It's almost all owed to the Federal Reserve, which means we're going to be paying, our grandchildren will be paying that back to ourselves in their lifetimes. Like I said, we could just completely cancel the debt. Just boom, it's gone. We don't owe ourselves anything anymore if we wanted. That's the benefit of printing our own money. But nobody would trust the dollar anymore worldwide, and the value would plummet, and we'd be fucked. So